All right, if you could please help me welcome Rabbi Raphael Butler.
It's kind of difficult in 5 minutes to really say something cogent on the centrality and importance of tefillah, of prayer. So I'm going to just share a couple of quick thoughts. Number one, we heard Dr. Rutenberg mention the idea of vayetar, itur, is one of the values, one of the expressions of prayer. But there are 10 expressions of prayer. And that the reason that in that particular place it uses the word vayetar and it doesn't say vayitzak, he cried, or vayitpalel, there are 10 different lishonot, different languages. So how can you ever pray if you don't know the differences? For example, we say Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechayeh Meitim B'Rachamim Rabim. We talk about all the great things that God does for us, and you see people when they read that, they're crying. You're not supposed to cry, that's a celebration. How do you know? If you don't study it, you don't know. And there's a wonderful sefer written by Rabbi Shimshon Pincus, and it goes through the 10 different languages of prayer. Rabbi Pincus wrote a number of svarim, he actually authored a number of books. He never wrote the other ones. The other ones were actually notes that his students had. But this book he wrote himself. And it's a wonderful, wonderful sefer all about prayer. Can't do it in 5 minutes, but I'm making you an offer. If 10 people in this room want to learn this book online with me, Zoom, you got it. So let Shai know, and I'm prepared to learn online with anyone, 10 people minimum, and we'll find the time to do it. I want to read one thought over here, which is a personal experience of mine that he brings down that is frightening and embarrassing, but I think it does play a very important role in terms of our understanding the power of prayer. He talks about the fact that written in the Mechtavei HaArizal, in the writings of the Arizal, that I want to talk about the importance of the repetition of the Shemona Esrei. And I have to tell you, I was reading this during the repetition of the Shemona Esrei one time. Not a good thing to do, as you'll see in a moment. So there I was, the cantor was going on, the Baal Tefillah is beautiful, singing along, and I take out a sefer, as so many people do, and we have great scholars here, and everyone takes out their book during the time, because it's all, what are you doing? You're just reading just hearing the Shemona Esrei, which we said ourselves already. So the Arizal says that to talk about the importance of the repetition of the Shemona Esrei, yesh ba ma'ala atzuma al tfilas halachash. It's greater than the private prayer, because the private prayer, as he explains, we say it privately because we don't want any Yetzer Hara or the Satan or any of those forces in the world to somehow undermine our prayer. So therefore, the Shemona Esrei, the private Amidah, is said quietly, each one to ourselves, so no one else should hear it. However, the public one, we're not worried about anybody hearing it, because it's the community and the power of the community. And therefore, the power of the community of prayer is more powerful and overwhelming than the personal prayer. Exactly the opposite of what you and I thought. And then he writes the following, and picture me at this moment. He says the following: V'hinei rabim meitanu, many of us, shelo yadu alahem zot ha'idea, that don't know this idea that I'm presenting. Chazaret hashas hi etzlam lechatchila zman hamiyuad le'ayin be'eza sefer. It's the time where you're supposed to look in some book and study. And I'm reading this at this moment. Afilu or just start chatting and talking with other people or do other stuff, because it's only the repetition of the Shemona Esrei. I spent 20 minutes in my own private Shemona Esrei already. Ve'efsher she'avuru shivim shana mibli she'yachave b'chazaras hashatz. And you can go through your entire life and never receive the benefit of the repetition of the Shemona Esrei. Never receive the benefit of the public being together in prayer. There's something very powerful about a community together. And that's what's powerful about this room. Each one here could have a private discussion, and you can gain from it. but emet, joining together, retreats, Shabbatonim, seminars, chaburos, learning together. There's something far more powerful and potent.